The driver, Max Townsend, is facing 13 counts, including manslaughter, DUI, and leaving the scene of a fatal accident after driving into 6 cross-country runners. The driver's own son had died in a separate crash just a day earlier. Manhattan's top prosecutor will review the convictions of 3 Nation of Islam members in the killing of Malcolm X. Malcolm X was fatally shot at the Audubon Ballroom in Harlem in 1965. Now District Attorney Cy Vance says they will look into the case after meeting with the Innocence Project and as Netflix prepares to air a new documentary called Who Killed Malcolm X. The alarming note tonight on climate from Antarctica. Researchers on the tip of the peninsula reporting a high of 65 degrees Thursday. If verified, it would break the previous record for the highest temperature on the continent. That was set in 2015. The warning comes as new video shows huge chunks of ice falling into glaciers, into the ocean. And Prince Harry reportedly revealing years of therapy to get over the loss of his mother during his first public appearance in the U.S. since leaving his senior role with the royal family. Harry and Meghan speaking last night at a Miami event for J.P. Morgan. The prince reportedly telling the audience he has struggled with mental health, trying to overcome the trauma of losing his mother, Princess Diana. He reportedly said he didn't want Meghan and his son to face the same scrutiny his mother did. When we come back here tonight, I'll take you right down to this stage behind me.
Coming up on News 3.
As part of their feminine hygiene every day have a 30 to 60% higher risk.
That's what we're here to do. What is everyone?
2 hours.
HD.
This has been Agents of Change, bringing you the message on climate change, and you're listening to the Voice Radio Show on Pan African Radio 96.1 in Lusaka.
Morning. Muka and Josephine head back to their office to prepare for an upcoming Women's Expo. Another topic important to their foundation, women's rights.
So this afternoon we're going to be meeting girls from different backgrounds. So Girls Connect is an initiative of Agents of Change Foundation Zambia, and we meet girls, as I said, from different backgrounds on a quarterly basis.
Prepare head out to meet the women of Lusaka.
This is the D-Day, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, let's
Our
do
house
this.
is here, the young girls are here, and it's now time for us to just go for it. I now want you guys to reflect as an individual. What, according to you, is an ideal world for a woman? You know, what do you want to see in future?
As the event comes to an end, the women begin to reflect on the experience.
With any sort of like negative vibe, negative energy, we all just throw it here, like here. All of it. So whatever negative energy that you have, you throw it here, and we want you to leave, guys, feeling hope.
Their portfolios?
Nope, we tailor.
Hi, athlete. I'm your iFit coach for today.
It's Valentine's Day.
When the avalanche was coming, what happened next?
Ditch the kids.
Dad ran away.
Change mindsets. 2.
I hope others share in my responsibility in Toledo and around the world.
Thank you. Steve Hartman on the road in Toledo, Ohio.
Reminding us all about our responsibility. We'll be right back.
And earn 5 times the national average.
Nothing lasts longer and treats more symptoms for your cough, cold, and flu. Robitussin.
Northern Lights. Hopefully one day I'll make it there myself. Bye-bye.
Funding for this presentation is made possible by Babbel, an online program developed by language specialists teaching Spanish, French, and more. Funding was also provided by the Freeman Foundation, by Judy and Peter Bloom Kovler Foundation, pursuing solutions for America's neglected needs, and by contributions to this PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Be more. PBS.
In a time of change,
Where can you find in-depth reporting and thoughtful analysis? Washington Week on PBS. Join moderator Robert Costa.
When I was at the Capitol this week, I encountered the same.
And a panel of award-winning journalists.
You're seeing a divided nation, and you're seeing...
For insights and perspective.
Tonight there was a key development in the
you
Senate.
Won't find anywhere else.
What a week.
Washington Week.
Tonight it's...
The 60 Up system includes everything you see here. Quick start, get...
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Billie Eilish and Dina through retirement.
Before discovering Nexium 24, service by J.D. Power. See how much you can save at
Push back on this, say this is privacy issues. Your reaction to that?
Well, it's used against people who are under a criminal investigation or people who are in the country illegally. So a modern law enforcement agency needs modern tools. We all use these platforms and apps that tell...
New Hampshire, more than you know.
Almost 4,000 cruise ship passengers are confined to their rooms after 10 tested positive for the virus.
Frankly, Mr. Director, I don't trust your agency anymore. I think that you've lost the trust of an awful lot of Americans.
I'm sorry, may I answer?
Yeah.
May I answer?
50 years we've been waiting for a Super Bowl, and now your team's hoisting the Lombardi.
It feels like I'm seeing colors for the first time in my life.
All that happened since the last notable quotables. Hard to believe. Historic week in the news. This weekend, Fox News Sunday will be in Bedford, New Hampshire. Chris Wall.
Asylum laws cannot continue to be exploited by people who are coming from bad neighborhoods. If everybody that lived in a bad neighborhood decided to come to the United States, we'd fill up pretty quickly. And so...
Measured in happiness, a new focus on health. The doctor...
Snow fight. Let's play hardball.
In order to house federal inmates, the jail must have 2 corrections officers on each shift. Since the staff cuts, Barris only has 1 overnight officer on duty.
This can be a profitable relationship with the U.S. Marshal Service if we will just make an initial investment for the right personnel, and then we can move forward, and it's going to pay for itself.
4 officer positions need to be filled with funding from the county. The jail could then house 10 inmates. Barris says this investment could bring in thousands of dollars.
There's an element there that if you can get income here and supplant what would be regular taxpayers' money, then that money can be shifted to other areas of the county to help us get to where we can be stable as a county.
Barris added that upgrades to the facility are also needed. Roof fixtures and patrol vehicles are a few things on his list.
It's county-wide right now due to some changes with Microsoft and software. Everybody has to go to Windows 10. So when my office has to replace 7 computers, that's money that we didn't budget for.
He hopes the board considers his case and sees the good in the long run for the county.
We need to be able to keep the momentum going and stay.
Suit against the district online at WPSDLocal6.com. Well, we got some snow in the Local 6 area this morning. Not much stuck on the ground, but you can see it accumulated on the side of some roads in a few places.
It also built up on some of the cars here at the station. Weather Authority Kaylee Bowers joins us now. So, Kaylee, are we going to be seeing any more snow in the forecast?
Yes. We are tracking the chances of some snow, but nothing like we saw today. Even though today wasn't a lot, tonight just looking to be a little bit more of that dusting, but also tracking some rain mixed in with that snow. So roads could be a little bit slick, but otherwise cloudy skies throughout the night tonight, and also tracking some more clouds and also talking about that rain-snow mixture. However, we are tracking some cool temperatures, those temperatures in the mid to upper 30s right now. So bundle up heading out for your plans for this Friday night. Going to be talking those temperatures around 33, 34 degrees by this evening. But again, bundle up, cloudy skies today. However, we are tracking the chance for some sunshine for the weekend. We'll time that all out hour by hour in just a few minutes, Jen.
Kentucky Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles says he's saddened to hear of Genkena's latest struggle. The Kent Company, with an unfinished facility in Graves County, has filed for bankruptcy. But Quarles says the industry as a whole is facing challenges too. He told Local 6's Chris Yu what he believes is the biggest issue.
Kentucky Ag Commissioner Ryan Quarles says Gincana's woes is more than just a local issue.
I want to make it clear that it is a federal government issue that has contributed to not only this situation, but to the entire industry nationwide.
Gincana announced on Thursday it has filed for voluntary Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
This really is a gut punch to Kentucky's hemp industry, and especially to the farmers who put the sweat equity and took a risk on this crop.
Gincana's struggles have been ongoing for months. Contractors who say Gincana owes them money have filed more than 70 liens related to Gincana's unfinished facility near Mayfield. Commissioner Quarles says the Food and Drug Administration's inaction has contributed to Gincana's situation.
The biggest issue is the FDA not acting. We're entering 7 years now of hemp production in the United States, and yet the FDA has yet to give us an indication how they're going to regulate these products.
Quarles says he has been talking with the FDA about this. He says another one of his top priorities, ensuring that both creditors and farmers get paid.
Over the past several weeks, my office has been engaged with conversations about potential safeguards from farmers, such as bonding, but there are other ideas being floated around.
In West Kentucky, Chris Yu, WPSD Local 6.
We asked Gincana's CEO about the local impact of the bankruptcy filing, and he says the company will not be doing interviews and referred us to their previous statement.
New tonight, Illinois is extending hours to better serve patients in the state who need to buy medical marijuana. The state has now granted medical dispensaries the ability to stay open until 10 p.m. Since beginning the program, medical marijuana sales were limited to the hours of 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., while recreational sales were always permitted to stay open until 10 p.m. Dispensaries also have new tools to make sure they're giving medical cannabis patients priority as required by law.
Continuing coverage on the lawsuit filed against Genova Products. This after the company...
See, Tennessee will probably be one of the last states to take on the marijuana cannabis new protection policies. And the reason why is because of their hypocrisy towards how many people are making money under the table in the black market. I proposed in 1983 of legalizing marijuana because I knew the medical predominant benefits that the qualities had in various substances of marijuana. I've never and will never support entertainment marijuana. That'd be like going out here and just drinking a fifth of booze just because you want to get a buzz off of a fifth of booze. I don't support that. I don't support that type of drinking. Once in a blue moon to drink a beer is not necessarily a big deal. Once in a while to drink a glass of wine or to drink even a bourbon or vodka or gin or rum is not a big deal. But if you want to go around using your body as a sponge to absorb all the materials out of alcohol so that you can walk around nummified, I do not go along with that, just like I do not go along with medical marijuana to be used in an entertainment type form. Now, if it's used in a medical form towards glaucoma, bringing people's appetites back that has went through chemotherapy, pertaining to nerve disorders, pertaining to arthritis, bursitis, also pertaining to people having seizures, yes, I'm for medical marijuana and was for medical marijuana in 1983, right here in the state of Tennessee. But because there was too much money to be made during the latter part of the Reagan administration, they decided to sweep it under the rug and turn it into a black market. Well, now people have gotten spoiled to this type of enterprise that has fed their pockets. And now they're at the point here in the state of Tennessee that if they was to legalize it, it would cause major repercussions from an economical standpoint, because so many people is solely dependent upon the black market towards it having a source of income in their survival, pertaining to making their car payments, making their house payments, and making other types of payments. Once more, if various officials in the state of Tennessee would have done the right thing back in the mid-'80s, we would not be staring down the barrels of these type of problems. Just like all these other type of problems that has recently occurred just within the past 10, 12, 15 years pertaining to all these massive killings and us being over $23 trillion in debt. Over. So, the legacy lives on in regards to how the people in the state of Tennessee have failed the Windmill Ministries missions. It's not that the Windmill Ministries missions has failed the people. It's vice versa. It's that the people failed the ministry because they never supported the ministry properly like they should have had, going all the way back into the late 80s whenever I first started putting material out to the general public. And now we are at where we are, towards chaos almost on every level. Wow. And now we got all these pride issues to where people are refusing to acknowledge any of their wrongs pertaining to the individual that's speaking to you right now in the regards towards him being right, as we're steadily sliding off into a deep, dark hole. Good luck to my viewers. And shalom.